hospitals night after night, that sat in principal offices and went to schools because their children were not able to get a quality education, that watched their daughters go to hospitals and be butchered by a medical system that treat them differently because of their ethnicity and their zip code. Understand what this journey that I'm in. I'm not on this journey because I need a job. I'm on this journey because I have to do a good job in turning the city around. Poverty is the fastest growing industry in this country and in this city. This is the problem that we're facing. And the reason everything sounds the same to you, because people are doing the same things all the time. And I'm not doing the same thing. It is about how do we rid ourselves of institutional poverty. There's no secret who's going to be the level 1s and level 2s in education in this city. Black and brown children in general, and black and brown boys specifically. There's no secret who's going to have the highest level of diabetes. There's no secret who's going to have the highest level of crime, highest level of incarceration, highest level of mental health issues, highest level of homelessness. There's no secret. So you have to ask yourselves, why every year are these numbers the same with the same group of people? Either we are born with some type of genetic defect, or it is a clear plan for it to happen. Poverty is profitable. Go to the south side of Chicago, same issue. Go to Compton, Los Angeles, same issue. Go to Atlanta, same issue. Go to Detroit, same issue. Same blueprint, same plan, same people. There's a pocket of people who eat off the poverty of our communities. And you have to be bold enough to call it the way it is. And then you have to be willing to turn it around. Let me tell you something, people. This is a Matthew 21:12 moment. I'm not going into City Hall. Jesus didn't go into the temple and sit there and participate in what was taking place. He went there and he turned the table over. I'm going to become the mayor to turn the table over. That's what I'm going to do. And I can turn the table over all the way through. 22 years in the police department, turning the table over. This is why I'm running for office. We have a city that is dysfunctional. You have one agency in the city creating a crisis, and then another agency responding to the crisis that's created. Think about that for a moment. What are you saying, Eric? Just look at the Department of Education. One agency to look at. The Department of Education causes our health crisis. 70% of our children have early signs of heart disease. So while the Department of Health, one agency, is fighting childhood obesity, childhood diabetes, childhood asthma, the Department of Education is they're feeding our children 960,000 meals a day. That causes what? Childhood obesity, childhood diabetes, childhood asthma. We're going to change that. Our children are going to have healthy foods in their school. They're going to learn how to grow food on the rooftop, serve it in the cafeteria. They're going to learn the economics behind urban farming so they can start being entrepreneurs and deal with the food deserts in their communities and deal with the healthcare crisis in their families. We're going to turn health around. Department of Education also causes the educational problem. If you start formal education of a child in 3K and pre-K, it's too late. Neurologists, pediatricians have been telling us for years the first 1,000 days of life determines the child's brain growth. 80% of a child's brains grow in the first 1,000 days. So what are you going to do, Eric? We're going to make sure every mother, when she's pregnant, she's going to have a doula. That doula is going to teach her nutrition. That doula is going to teach her how to be part of the development of the child's brain. So when that child starts pre-K and 3K, they won't be a million birds behind than their white counterpart. They will have the foundation they need to be part of the educational system in the first place. But let me tell you what else the Department of Education does. One agency. It creates a crime problem. 80% of the men and women at Rikers Island upon entry don't have a high school diploma or equivalency diploma. 55% have a learning disability. 46% mental health. Third of the 18 to 21-year-old read below a 5th grade reading level. And get this number. 40% are dyslexic. So if we would have had the dyslexia screening in the schools, only $2,000 per school, we would have killed 40% of the prison population. If we would have had a real GED program, we would have killed almost 80% of the prison population. So everyone is talking about closing the building of Rikers Island. I say let's close the pipeline that feeds Rikers Island and make sure we prevent our children from getting involved. What type of leadership am I going to have? It's rooted in Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Listen to this quote. We spend a lifetime pulling people out of the river. No one goes upstream and prevent them from falling in the first place. In New York, not only aren't we preventing people from falling in, we're pushing them in. And the people we're pushing in look like you and I. That's what this moment is about. That's why I'm running. This city is so much better. I know how good this city is. Just like you, I love this city. I was born and raised in this city, and it was not always easy. But I spent my life helping people that are living the life that I lived. And growing up in South Jamaica, Queen, watching mommy in that small house, every day we used to go to school with a glad bag full of clothing. Mommy did not want us to be embarrassed because the marshals were always told they were going to come and throw us out. She wanted us to have a change of clothing. Mommy struggled. She kept that house. She still lives in that house right now. I moved her out 3 years ago and rebuilt it for her. She said, baby, every day I feel like I'm living in a hotel. Because if you don't care for the person who gave birth to you, then you're not going to care for the mothers of this city. When I see you, I see my mother. That is what this is about for me. And if you're around me and you don't feel how authentic I am, then you need to check your pulse because you're not alive. I'm authentic about what I'm going to do for this city. I'm authentic. And I'm going to give it my all. And I'm not going to be perfect all the time. And when you look at me and you look at my armor, you're going to see some bruises, you're going to see some scuffs, you're going to see some dirt, you're going to see some grime. Because I've been on the field of battle. Everyone else that you see with all the beauty of their armor, they only bring it out for parades. When COVID hit this city, I didn't go to the Hamptons. I went to NYCHA housing. I knocked on doors, gave out masks. I went to hospitals, delivered food. I moved into Borough Hall, put a mattress on the floor. And I went from block to block. I went to visit seniors that were shut in and traumatized. I went to pick up their medicine from the pharmacy and dropped it off. This is who I am. This is who I am. And I should be mayor for one reason only. I'm so darn better than everybody that's running.